Hello, this video is intended as refresher training for those who have already received in-person training for the LV1 telepathology procedure for frozen sections in the Michigan Medicine Department of Pathology. In this video, I will cover the following topics: affixing cover slips to frozen section slides with UV-CURABLE mounting medium, loading slides into the LV1, how to recover from pop-up errors, how to recover from software freezes, what to do if you need to switch to a backup telepathology method. Part 1. The use of UV-CURABLE mounting medium. If a frozen section slide is to be used in LV1 telepathology, the cover slip needs to be affixed with medium that can be cross-linked by UV light. The cross-linker should always be set to 250 with the leftmost LED lit. Load the slides on top of the wooden platform, close the door, and press Start. Remove the slides and examine them. Note that even though the cover slip is firmly affixed to the glass slide, any excess medium will not cure and can smear. To remove excess medium, dip the slide back into xylene and wipe with a piece of gauze. This process can be repeated as many times as necessary. The cover slip will not come off. Part 2. Loading slides into the LV1. This demonstration shows how to properly position slides on the LV1 carrier tray prior to loading. Each slide needs to fit within the four corners of its slot. A slide that is out of position, although it is resting on the tray, may actually not appear on the monitor when it is loaded. When inserting the tray, push it in slowly and evenly, taking care not to jostle or dislodge any of the slides from the tray. When you feel the carrier stop, give it a final push so that you feel a click. Take your hand away and the door will close automatically. If one or more slides fails to appear on the screen after loading, simply click the eject button at the right side of the screen, take the carrier out, reposition all the slides, and reinsert. Part 3. How to recover from pop-up error messages. Once the glass slides are loaded into the LV1, the role of the LV1 operator becomes one of tech support. Should any problems arise while the pathologist is driving the microscope, it must be addressed immediately. Any type of error message that appears on the screen can be resolved in only one way: restart the computer and cycle the power on the LV1. Although error 11 has been the most common type, the resolution method is the same for all error messages. This next step is critically important. The power cycling on the LV1 must be done in two steps. First, find the rocker switch at the back and flip it. Count to 3 and flip it back to its original position. Now, look at the front power button on the LV1. The LED will be orange. Press the front power button and the LED will turn to green. The LED must be green before the computer can communicate with the LV1 instrument. After a restart, the LV1 console control software will launch automatically, although there may be a pause before it begins. Part 4. How to recover from software freezes. Software freezes have been the most common type of technical problem to occur when LV1 telepathology is performed. They happen in approximately 5 to 10% of all LV1 telepathology cases. Their root cause is unknown, so workarounds have been developed. Software freezes manifest themselves when the pathologist is driving the microscope and the instrument stops responding to commands. Software freezes come in two forms: so-called soft freezes, in which a pathologist may simply be able to go to another slide, which will respond to mouse commands, and hard freezes, when none of the loaded slides respond to commands. In the event of a software freeze that requires intervention, here is what should be done. click the Close LV1 Software button at the top of the screen, cycle the power on the LV1, manually restart the LV1 software by double-clicking its icon on the desktop of the computer. Note that in this case, a restart of the computer is not performed. This method prevents the pathologist from being disconnected from the LV1 computer during a telepathology session. However, it is not incorrect to perform exactly the same steps as done for pop-up error messages described previously. These steps will also clear the software freeze. The difference is that the pathologist will need to re-establish a connection to the LV1 instrument. Note, if a software freeze recurs after one intervention, follow the exact steps for dealing with a pop-up error message. Part 5. What to do if you need to switch to a backup telepathology method. You should be aware of what possible steps to take in the event that none of the troubleshooting procedures work to restore function to the LV1. Here is what you can do. Take the glass slides to another LV1 instrument, or use Skype for Business. While there are other screen sharing programs available, Skype for Business has been validated for neuropathology frozen section slides. Place the slide on the stage of a microscope equipped with a camera, launch CellSense software, and obtain an image of the desired region of the tissue on the computer monitor. Then, establish audio contact with the pathologist using a standard phone line. Next, launch Skype for Business and find the name of the person you wish to share your screen with. Double-click the person's name and look for the icon that resembles a computer monitor. Click it and follow the prompts to share your screen with the other person. The pathologist will need to acknowledge the connection request before they can see your screen. When you are successfully sharing your screen, a gold border will appear. Conclusion. This concludes the refresher training video for LV1 telepathology. For further information, see the written procedures in Media Lab or refer to the hard copies of these procedures that are kept at each frozen section laboratory equipped with an LV1.